Hi, we earlier looked at variables and we said that a variable must have a specified data type. While outputting the value to the variable, we must use a format specifier. For example, for integers, we use %d. For floating values, we use %f. So we shall dive deeper into this discussion, but we have to first identify the different data types that we have within C programming. So C has four main data types. The first one is int. The second one is float. We then have double and char. So int is used to initialize whole numbers. These are numbers that do not have decimals, that are not fractional. Maybe x and then you're assigning x to 5 or 6, or you're assigning it to -6. So a number that is a whole number that does not have decimal values, that is when we use int. If it has a floating value, for example, y, 9.6, this is fractional. So we use the float keyword to initialize a variable that has a floating value being stored within it. Okay. Then for double is also like float. So it is also used for storing floating values. But the difference between the floating and the double values is that the float data type is used to store, is used for variables that can store information that has up to 6 decimal digits, whereas for double, it is bigger. So information that has up to 15 decimal digits can be stored in a variable of double type. Then char is used for initializing variables of character. For example, an ID, pick up a value of maybe 2. And note that we use single quotes to initialize that. Char, as we earlier said, it can also be used for initializing strings. So we can have char name, then we assign it from of an array and maybe give it so this has to be in double quotes and maybe the name is John. Note that for a string, it has to be in double quotes. The moment you put it in single quotes, you're going to get exception. So this is how we initialize the different variables. And when we are going to print, we said that for int, the access specifier is %d. Sorry, this is small d. For a floating value, actually, for an integer, we can either use %d or we can use %i. %i would also work. Then for floating values, we use %f. For double values, we use %lf. And that %lf. And for ID, because ID is a character, we use %c. So we should have %c. And for the string, we said we use %s. Okay, so let's print out these different values and have our return. So I'm going to write one print statement, and I will start by printing out the decimal value. I'm going to use I because we've not tried it out. Let's see how it works. And definitely the integer value here that we have is of variable x, and then we terminate that. So I'm going to copy this and paste it 5 times so that we can cater for all the 5 values that we have, all the 5 variables that we have. So I'm going to put here, because from integer we have a float, so I'm going to put here %f, and our floating value variable is y. Then we have %lf for decimal, and our double variable z. Then we have %c, and our character is the ID. Then we have %s string, and our string is the name. So if I run this, they are all going to appear in the same line. And we said that to avoid them being in the same line, we use \n after the access specifier. So I'm going to put \n here. We'll come down here. We have \n, same, \n, and here too, \n. So if I build and run that, build and see what we have. How these answers. One is -6 because our x is an integer. It was -6. Floating value 9.6. Double value 8.9. You see both of them are floating values. They are decimal numbers. Our ID is 2 and our name, which is the string, is John. Thank you very much. Let's meet in the next video as we look deeper into characters.